All right, folks, welcome to the first U16B Cumberland Grads game back in the Navan Arena. Cumberland Grads wearing their white sweaters, about to enter the ice surface. They will be taking on the Stittsville Rams wearing black jerseys. I believe the music system, the announcing system is not working yet. It has not been wired up. However, you'll get to hear my voice very clearly the entire game. Tonight's game is brought to you by Tyler Shaver, Dominion Lending, Clearview, Voyage Extraordinaire, King Concrete, as well as McFadden Custom Harvesting. Players are just lined up, waiting for referees to make their way to the ice surface and give the signal that they can go onto the ice. Here come the referees, and here go the players. Cumberland Grads are on the ice. Cumberland tonight are going to be playing with a very, very short bench. We have Jeremy Parenteau not playing due to a suspension. Alex Hogg, Oren Pierce-Teed, and Charlie McFadden not dressed tonight due to illness. No spares or call-outs were available to come and help out tonight. So the Cumberland Grads are running short 4 skaters. They're playing a very strong, fast, and skilled team. We're currently number 1 in the league. Starting goalie tonight, number 50, Peru. Taking the first shots. folks. So let's get ready for some hockey. We have the Cumberland grads about to take the face off. Jackson Cosgrove, number 71 on right wing. Caden Cam, 55 at center. Owen White, 27 on left wing. Left D, Cohen Quiche. Right D, Sebastien Caron. Puck is dropped. Stittsville under pressure. Turn around by Cam. 2-on-0. Shot. Scores by White. Great start for Cumberland. 1-0 Grads. Great pressure by Cam, leading to the turnover. Cam seeing the 2-on-1, getting the pass across to White, who finished the job. 1-0 Cumberland. Wojcik putting pressure on the puck carrier. Gets it deep in the corner. Rams having to turn it around and reset their breakout. Long pass attempt, kind of works. Shot on net. Crew making a save, getting across. Shot from the point, doesn't make it to the net. Now we get it out and down. Rams back on the attack. Raps going in wide. Baptiste bringing the puck around. He gets it out. Stittsville through neutral. Pass across. Hits its mark. Caden Cam there to put pressure. Make sure nobody can walk in to the slot. Owen White getting off the boards. Goes in for a big hit. Lamotte picking it off the glass. Down the ice. That hit the referee on the way. Icing still called. Off, saved by Prue, right off the draw. Stittsville from the point, shot, Brothers hits that down. High stick waved off. Puck's deep in Stittsville zone. To the point and out. Icing called against the Rams. Face-off's gonna come back in the visitor zone. Stittsville win the draw, but Caron was right at the line to push it in. White working behind the net, trying to center. Puck squeaks out to the corner. Stittsville first on. They try to get the puck along the board. That play is broken up by Baptiste, who reverses to Quiche to the other side. Quiche up to White. White gets it to neutral. Stittsville having to regroup. Pass across. Quiche right there behind the net to flip it up to the point. Point man, shot on. Baptiste gets a hold of it, sends it forward to Levesque. Icing waved off. Levesque goes in, finishes his hit. So does White. As Cam falls back to help out his D. Stittsville, 2-on-3. Around the net. Pass to the other side. Too hot for the winger coming in. Stittsville having to regroup. Stittsville carrying along the side wall. Shot, glove side, easily handled by the goalie. Caden Cam directing his teammates as to where the puck's going to try to go. Cosgrove blocking a shot, almost caused a breakaway. Shot on net, that goes high. Back to the point. Long shot on the ice. Prue gets a pad on it. Steers that aside. Stittsville in the corner. Looking wide. Lamotte falling, swiping at the puck. That goes under his stick. Cosgrove in the battle. Stittsville in the corner. Lamotte getting called for a cross check. Stittsville goalie going to the bench, trying to get the extra attacker on. Long shot, high slot, drop pass under a couple sticks. Stittsville still with the puck. Cumberland touches up. Boarding is being called against Liam Lamotte, who's going to go off for 2 minutes or less. Power play Stittsville. Number 1 scoring team in the league here. See what they get to do on the power play. I believe they are plus 30 or plus 40 on their goal scoring as opposed to goals against. Stittsville kept along the sidewall looking for a backdoor play. Prue getting across, makes a save, pushes it aside. Avoids the backdoor tip-in. Stittsville at the line, walking. Backdoor again. Prue's up, looking for the backdoor play. Prue makes a save, again another save. Finds it through traffic and holds on. All right, folks, 1:22 left on the clock on the penalty. Stittsville winning the draw. On the half boards, they push it deep. Brothers gets it to Cam. Cam gets it out and down the ice. Stittsville regrouping in their own zone. Through neutral. They don't get possession. Cosgrove first on. Gets it up to Levesque. Levesque gets it out and down the ice. With Cam going for pressure. Cumberland falling back. Long lead pass by Stittsville. Brothers getting the stick across. Shot on net from the angle. Prue getting the pad on. Levesque breaking up a pass, and he gets it down the ice. 26 seconds left and the first penalty of the game. Stittsville going wide. Quiche gets a stick on the puck, pokes it out to White, who gets it down the ice after taking a hit to make the play. Lamotte back on the ice. We're back to even strength. Wojcik first on puck, gets it to Caron at the line. Caron still keeping it in. Now it does squeak out. Caron fires it in and deep. White following it in to put some pressure. Cumberland jamming up the neutral zone right now. Quiche over to White. White moves it for Caron. Caron gets it down the ice. Icing is called. Cumberland gets a change and fresh legs onto the ice. Caden Cam directing traffic again. Icing going to be called. We're going to do that again. Face off won by Stittsville. Shot on net. That goes off a body and wide. then tipped behind the net. Brothers on it. It comes back to the point. Shot on, blocked in front. Stittsville rimming it behind. Brothers battling in the corner. Puck comes to the point. Dumped back in by Stittsville. Cosgrove on the half boards, pushing it to the point. Shot on net. Crew finds that through traffic, gets a glove on, and gets a whistle. Stittsville winning the draw again. Puck's back at the point. Dumped in behind the net. Quiche, first on the puck, gets it to the point. Not out. Shot on net. Tipped. Crew able to follow it through and pushes it aside. Another shot on net. Backdoor attempt. Quiche right there to jam up the stick. Stittsville on the other side board. Shot. Caron got his stick on it. Rims it all the way to the blue on the other side. Kept in by the Rams. Centering pass, no one there. Levesque picks it off and gives it to Wojcik. A little bit behind him, a neutral. The Rams regain possession. Caron working backwards, under pressure, gives it to Betsis. Betsis gets it out of the zone, forces Stittsville to dump and tag. Quiche, long shot on. That Cumberland player got a stick on it before the red line. Icing will be called. Face-off coming to the left of Crew. Draws pulled back by Cam to Brothers. Brothers around the net. Cosgrove gets it to the line, not out. Stittsville dumping it back in, trying to get possession behind the net. They do. In the corner, reversed behind the net again. Cam strips that player of the puck, fires the puck down the ice for another icing. Cumberland getting quick changes out there with the very, very short bench. Betsis on the draw, gets it to Brothers. Puck is pushed out of the zone. We have a foot race between McDonald and Stittsville. Stittsville first on. They reverse it along the boards. Icing called against Stittsville. Cumberland get try a face-off in the Stittsville zone to try to set up possession and make something else happen. Rams win the draw. Trying the cross ice breakout pass. Doesn't work. Backdoor play. Crew makes a great save. Nets off. Whistle is blown. Stittsville again with the draw, but Betsis able to capitalize on a puck that was left there on a fan shot. Betsis gets a puck deep on net. Goalie opts to play it and put it in the corner. Cosgrove on the chase as McDonald blocks the route of the player who was carrying the puck. And Caron gets it back to neutral. Long pass by Stittsville. They're looking for the breakaway attempts now. Get it back to the point. Sent back in deep. Quiche working behind the net. Gets it to the boards and gets it past center. Cumberland changing. Stittsville cheating on the line change on Cumberland. Cumberland one touching to get it to the Rams' blue line. Puck's being bounced around neutral. Nobody getting clear possession, but Stittsville regain it. They regroup in their end. Along the half boards, puck's pushed along to the other corner. Right winger for Stittsville. Net drive, rebound, short side. White gets it out of danger. Shot blocked by Cam. White gets it out of the zone. He gets hit. Stittsville with a blind dead man pass. Nobody from Cumberland making the hit. As Stittsville dump it in. Brothers has the puck roll under his stick. He's trying to retrieve it on a rimmed pass. Baptiste over to Levac. Levac back to Lamotte. Lamotte rubbed off the puck. Stittsville player loses his balance. And he goes for his skate. Leaves it for the D. But Baptiste gets it out. Hand pass before Levac even touched it is called against Cumberland. Face off coming inside the home zone. Oh, referees had a discussion. Face-off is coming just outside of Cumberland end. A little miscommunication there. Caron having to get rid of the puck very quickly. Cam comes up with it. Cam slashed a couple times. Referees allowing that to go. Cosgrove hit behind the net. Giveaway by Stittsville. Wojcik just gets a shot off that goes wide. Quiche under pressure gets it to Wojcik. Wojcik flips it back in. Stittsville from behind their net to the corner. Back behind the net. Stittsville along the left wing. Player flips it to neutral. Cajon tries to give it back. Long dump in by Stittsville. Prue gloves it down. Holds on as a Rams player walked in close to his net. Puck's pulled back. Shot on net. Prue makes a save. Rebound comes to the point. Stittsville trying to work it along the half boards, but Quiche gets it down the ice. Icing waved off as Stittsville touches the puck before the goal line. Pressure being put on the puck carrier by White and Levac. Stittsville trying to get through center, but they have to stop and turn back. Long pass along the wing, shot on net. Prue gets a piece of that and sends it high. Centering pass, picked off by Baptiste. Gets it to Levac. Levac gets it to the line, pushes it out. Offside, delayed offside is being called. Baptiste gets it out, but Stittsville regains possession. Stittsville from the corner, trying to go to the point. Doesn't quite work. Icing is going to be called against Cumberland with 1:41 left in the first period. Stittsville with the win on the draw. Shot from the point. Prue gloves that down. Cumberland working the line changes as they win the draw, but Stittsville gets possession. Stittsville with a shot, goes off a couple bodies and wide. McDonald throws it into the rafters and out of play. Cumberland with another change. They're double shifting their centers as they are very, very short, I believe. The centers are getting really, really short shifts. McDonald strips the puck, trying to hit Cosgrove in the slot. Stittsville gets a stick on it, and they push it deep into the Cumberland zone. Battle behind the net. Cam comes up with it. He's in his own corner, gets it to Cosgrove, who gets it to the red, dumps it, and changes. Under a minute left. Stittsville with speed, trying to bob and weave through 5 players. That's not going to work. Cajon knocked off the puck. Quiche is helping him out. Cam. He gets hit. Stittsville retrieves it at the point, walks into the high slot. That shot steered wide by Prue. Quiche trying to get it along the boards. It doesn't work. High slot, shot, rebound. Quiche gets it away from danger. Wojcik to the line, not out. Stittsville, other shot on net, that goes wide. Stittsville, another shot on net. That goes to the left of the goalie as Wojcik retrieves the puck, goes for a skate. 1 second left. That's going to be it for the first period. Awesome period by Cumberland. They can keep this up. They might be able to get a W against the number 1 team in the league, who have not lost 1 game so far this season. All right, and we are all getting set up for period number 2. Super short bench. This is where conditioning comes into play. The second period's always a killer. Puck's rinned around by Stittsville. Behind the net. Pushed to the side by Betsis. Betsis gets a hit in. Rims the puck to the right wing. At the line, Stittsville. Shot attempt blocked by Cumberland. Betsis gets it to the red. Stittsville dump it back in. Lamotte going off the boards to neutral. And Brothers gets it across and down the ice. Stittsville with a breakout. Get it to the high slot. Lamotte strips the player of the puck. Gets the puck down. Stittsville hesitating. That causes a turnover. Wojcik fires it down. Cosgrove on the puck carrier, putting pressure. Gets all tied up. Wojcik becomes F1. Cumberland playing the trap. Wojcik picking off a pass, getting the puck back in deep. Stittsville firing it down the ice. Prue getting his glove on it, holds on for a whistle. Cumberland gets a change in, maybe not. Yes, they do. Cumberland, being the home team, gets a last change, stretching out time, trying to hit curfew. White with a big hit. Runs the body over. Penalty coming up on the play. Goalie to the bench. Stittsville with the puck. Quiche going to tag it up. And the whistle is blown. 27 is getting 2 minutes for charging. It's going to be a tough one. 2-minute penalty. Second period. 5-on-4 hockey with a long change. Stittsville throwing the puck around the zone. Back to the point. Point. Low. Across. Shot on net. Great save by Prue. Rebound and puck over his back and into the back of the net. Prue made the first save. Rebound was bouncing, and they're able to put it in the back of the net. The first power play goal of the game. 1-1. Stittsville blocks the entry. Cam gets it deep. Stittsville on the half boards, going across. That's picked off by McDonald. McDonald trying to shove it back in, but Stittsville defenders get a hold of it. Cam breaking up a pass. Stittsville playing D to D in their own end. Stittsville with a breakout pass. Centering. Shot. Scores. No goal. Waved off. Stittsville getting control after the draw. They push it deep. Cahill bringing the puck around. Put back deep again by the Rams. Cahill being roped over behind the net. That comes to the point. Over. Shot on net. Prue makes a save. Puck's around. Back to the point again. To the half boards. Sent deep. Stittsville behind the net again. Circling to the point. Shot. That goes off the body and wide. Back along the half boards. Net drive to the high slot. Backdoor play. Shot and in. Two-one game. Stittsville with the draw. Cam holding the line, getting the puck deep. White worked over in the corner. Three Stittsville players around him. White gets it over, but Stittsville get their stick on it. Stittsville with speed on the breakout, go wide. Cut, net drive, back door, saved by Prue. Stittsville at the line. D-to-D. Shot high. Bouncing puck behind the net. Stittsville recovers it. Back to the point. D-to-D. McDonald able to get his stick on it and put some pressure, but Stittsville still gets possession. Pass to the slot. Doesn't work. Other side, back door. Gets a toe on it, steers it to the corner. Shot on net. Prue makes another save. Puts it around. As Lamotte gets it out of the zone. And Betsis gets it back to Lamotte. Lamotte ices the puck. Cumberland able to get fresh legs on the ice. With 10:03 left in the second period. Stittsville off the draw. Try a shot. That's hits traffic in front. Doesn't make it to the net. From the point, one-timer attempt. Sent down the ice by Wojcik. Another face-off. Stittsville, possession along the sideboards. Cajon trying to work his man. Stittsville comes up with it. Stittsville centers to the point. Shot. Betsis gets a boot on it. Cajon working his man against the boards. Betsis gets rocked. He gets hit. Prue gets a glove on the puck and holds on. Stittsville again with the puck. Shot on net. Prue makes a save. Puck comes to the slot. Cosgrove gets it out of danger. Stittsville again with it. Cross ice attempt. Cam getting his stick on it, breaking up the pass. Lamotte shoveling it back to the other side. Caden Cam helping out behind the net. Lamotte, short side shot, rebound, scramble, save. Cumberland again, stretching time. Stittsville, shot on net. Another save by Prue. Cumberland again, changing. Wojcik dumps the puck. I believe the Cumberland bench is playing the game right now with Stittsville. Cumberland's a home team. They get the last change. So they're watching and changing just before the ref puts his hand down. This way, they're able to kill a little bit more precious time off the clock and hopefully get to curfew. Oh, Stittsville with a rebound. Puck comes to the slot. They shovel it back door. And they put a third one in the back of the net. Cumberland gets it back to Cajon. Cajon fires it up the board to neutral. Stittsville dump it. Quiche over to White. Quiche gets run over. White got run over as Quiche sends it high into the netting and out of play. Cumberland able to get it out. McDonald gets it to Levesque. Levesque splitting the D, but not able to get a shot off. Still gets a puck to the corner. Cam over to Levesque. Levesque short side. Shot. Rebound. Loose puck. Cam got another shot off. Puck comes to the line. Shot on net. Rebound. Shot by McDonald. That sails through the crease. Levesque gets it to McDonald, but the goalie's able to find that and get a glove on it. Good sequence by Cumberland to get a couple good scoring chances. Puck is dropped. Reversed. Over to Wojcik. That was a little behind him. He didn't see it coming. As Stittsville step back up in their zone. D-to-D reversal. Puck's flipped up high to neutral. Brothers backhands it. Gets it out of danger. And Stittsville able to regain possession and skate it in deep. Around. Back door from low to across on the back door. Tap in for another goal. Face off back at center. Stittsville with possession, sending it across. Entered on the half boards. The ref got in the way. Demott gets it to the line, not out. Point man driving. Backdoor attempt to the other side. Just off of its mark. Stittsville at the point. Flipping it to the half. Cam missing his pass, but able to get it out of the zone anyways. Stittsville back through the slot. Shot. Blocked. Shoveled backhanded to the line. Not out. Brothers gets it to McDonald. Almost gets it to Cosgrove for a breakaway. Cam able to get it to Cosgrove. He dumps it in. Cumberland gone for a change. Stittsville with the lead pass. Icing is going to get called against the Rams. Cumberland winning the draw, get it back to the point, send it deep. Miscommunication on that pass. Puck is left in the corner by Prue for Cajon. Rolls behind Wojcik and out of the zone. Stittsville break back in. Short side attempt, net drive to the center slot, broken up by the D. Cosgrove getting a touch on the puck to clear the icing on that dumping. Cajon through neutral. Stittsville D-to-D. Through neutral. They get it to Quiche. Quiche flips it up to Wojcik. Wojcik sends it in. Puck just rolls out of the zone, bounces through neutral. Quiche backhands it over. And Stittsville get possession. Stittsville to the red and in. Quiche able to flip the puck forward, but not out as he's pressured behind the net. And behind the net, centering attempt. Goalie able to get a stick on it. Stittsville flip it out the other way. Puck's knocked down by the ref. That allows Cosgrove to get a stick on it and to flip it in deep into the zone. One man attacking. Cosgrove gets possession. White's getting a penalty for charging. Power play Stittsville, 2 minutes on the clock or less. Puck makes it to the point, flipped up forward. That was tipped. Lamotte got a skate on it. Another shot, that goes off a Crew's shoulder and wide. Stittsville, backdoor play. Crew able to get across, get a glove on it, and make a save. Stittsville winning the draw. They get the puck back to the point. Back deep. And around. Cajon working his man. Stittsville in the corner. They're working a box +1 on the power play. Looking for the tip through center and the backdoor plays. Backdoor play again. Shot on net. Crew makes a save. No rebound. Gets a whistle. Stittsville with the draw. Back to the point. Point man to the half boards. Skater takes a corner. Crew battling with the player in his crease earlier. Backdoor play. Stittsville couldn't get their stick on it for a tap-in. To the line and out. Stittsville gonna have to tag back up. They do. They break back in. With speed. Drive to center. Shot on net. Steered aside. Back to the point. Back deep. Stittsville looking for the slot man. Another shot on net. Crew making a save and holding on with 16 seconds left to the white penalty. Stittsville got caught on the late change. Get the puck at the point. D. Long shot on net. Crew steers out of side to the corner. Penalty just finishing. White back on the ice. Stittsville going around. Across. Levesque picks off the pass. Gives it to White. White loses it behind himself. Offside called. Cumberland having a tag up. The Rams regain possession. Penalty coming up on the play. To Baptiste is going off 2 minutes for cross-checking. .117 left in the period. 2 minutes on the clock for the Baptiste penalty. Brothers gets it to the line. Point man to the half boards. Back to the point. Defenseman fumbles it. Foot race. Cam first on. Gets it deep. And backs off. McDonald putting pressure on the puck carrier. Sends it across. Stittsville entering along the wall. Around. Centering pass. Prue gets a skate on it. Puts it to the side. Stittsville back to the point. 40 seconds left. McDonald gets walked around. Shot on net. Prue gets a blocker on it. Sends it behind the net. Stittsville stopping and turning. Back door. Good point. To the wall. Back to the point. Back door. Prue's bouncing off his posts. They're holding on for dear life. 12 seconds left. Stittsville from the wall to the point to the slot. Buzzer. We're done. .18 minutes left for the third period. .41 Stittsville. One period left. Puck is dropped to start the third. Keish, long shot on net. Goalie plays the puck to his D. Wojcik just got his stick on it, but not enough to be able to get possession of the puck. Stittsville settling into the zone. Still in the power play with 20 seconds left. Keish sending the player to the wall. Stittsville goes to the line, to the point. Going to the right wing. And Cajon gets it to the line, not out. Stittsville, D to D. Shot on net. Prue gets a pad on it, gets it to Wojcik. Wojcik off the wall. Baptiste going in. Stamps a man to the wall in front of the Stittsville bench. Baptiste almost picking off a puck on the power play. Too many men not called by the referees here. The crowd on the Cumberland side not appreciating that. Cajon shoved from behind. No arm raise still. Levesque putting in the body as Cajon comes up with the puck. Gets it to the other side. White just missing his check. Cajon comes up with it. Puts it to Levesque against the half walls. Baptiste pinning a man against the boards. Stittsville still with the puck. Shot on net. Prue makes a save through traffic and holds on to the puck for a whistle. McDonald getting the puck to the line, not out. Brothers getting involved. He gets a puck to neutral. McDonald breaking up a pass and gets it up to Wojcik. Wojcik trying to leave it for McDonald. He's second on the puck. As Stittsville put a pass through center. Lamotte, one touches to McDonald. McDonald with a bouncing shot on net that almost makes its way to the back, but just goes wide. Stittsville stopping, passing. Cam picking. Over to Wojcik. He fans on his shot. Wojcik gets knocked off the puck, deep in the zone. Stittsville playing the short breakout passes right now. They do get it out, but only to Lamotte, who stops and sends it right back around and into the zone. Stittsville with a pass through center. Cumberland would have been offside, so they have to tag up. Lamotte rolling it forward for Cosgrove. Cosgrove all tied up deep into the zone. Stittsville get it to the line. Just out as Brothers had to try to boot it down. The Rams, high flip pass. Knocked down by Lamotte. Gives it to Baptiste, who sends it deep. Stittsville looking for the breakout pass across, broken up by Brothers. But they do enter the zone wide. Lamotte pushes men off the puck, centering pass, shot on net. I'm not sure if that went wide or if we got a piece of it. Shot from the point, sent in deep. Baptiste fires it to the other side. White and Brothers have it pinned against the boards. White knocked off the puck. Baptiste pushes it up. That's a hand pass not called. Stittsville skating it in. Gone wide. Cam sends it around. Wojcik stops it. Sends it over to Cosgrove. Cosgrove off the post. And what? Rams trying for the break pass. That's broken up by Cajon. Quiche from behind the net. Puck rolls to the side of the net. Crew gets a glove on and holds on for another whistle with 13:09 left in the third. Stittsville losing the draw. Cumberland flipping it to center. With pressure from the Graz forwards trying to get something going. Puck comes to the line, not out. Center to the slot. Quiche is able to get a stick on it and try to headman it to Cam. Stittsville right back the other way. Drop pass. Just under Cam's stick, but it's sent wide. Pass across, picked off by Levesque. Levesque curling, gets the puck up to Cam. Cam going wide, dumping the puck for Levesque, and goes for a change. Stittsville reversing the play. Lamotte breaking it up and getting the puck back into the Stittsville zone. White entering, goes wide behind the net, tries to center it, loses an edge, but gets the puck to Lamotte, who gets a shot off, and the goalie is able to find it and hold on. Baptiste on the draw, pushes the puck forward. Goes behind the net. Baptiste working his man. Stittsville go cross ice. It's broken up by Lamotte. Gets it to White. White sends it deep. Puck bounces off a stick and wide. Lamotte almost beat on the play, but Brothers there helping him out. Stittsville behind the net. Centering off of Crew's skate, goes to the other side. Back to the point. Shot on, that hits a body, goes wide. Back to the point. Point man walking in to the slot, backhands it. Goes off another body and wide. Stittsville reversing the play. Brothers gets a hold of the puck to the slot, or to the point. Point man sends it to the other side. White gets it out of the zone. D-man sees ice and room as Cumberland was changing. Cumberland going with a breakout pass, didn't quite work. As Cajon has to stop up and jam the puck against the boards. Stittsville around the net. Off a stanchion. Puck's brought to the point. Not out. Stittsville. High slot. Shot on net. Rebound to the slot. Short side. Centered. Cosgrove got a stick on it. Broke up that play. Stittsville. Deep in the zone. Driving to the slot. Leaves it for the point. Point man puts it in deep. Cajon. Working to try to get the puck out. Cam does. He flips it up and out of the zone. Stittsville fire it in. Cumberland get it out. And to neutral. Stittsville on the break-in. Shot on net. Crew makes a save. Rebound was there for the taking, but Cumberland able to get their stick on it and break up that play. Stittsville from behind the net. They get it to the half boards and to the point. Not out. Puck still in. Back on the attack. From the half boards. It's rimmed in all the way around. McDonald worked over. Crew makes a save from the point. Cumberland does get it out down the ice. Icing called against Cumberland with 8:27 left in the third period. Puck was all caught up in the referee's skate. This will get a quick shot on net, and goalie able to glove that down. Baptiste wins the draw, pulls it back for Brothers. Brothers from behind the net goes on the rim. Brothers blocking a shot and gets a puck to neutral. Stittsville with cross ice breakout pass attempt. Doesn't quite work. As Baptiste gets the puck into the zone, looking for White. Pass didn't quite work out. Stittsville 3-on-2. Go around the net. Leave it in the corner. Baptiste there reverses for Brothers. Brothers gets a stick on it to the point. Point man fires it back in. Stittsville on the puck. Levesque reversing for Lamotte in the corner. Lamotte has the puck roll under his stick. Leaves it for Baptiste. Rolls it up to Levesque. Levesque gets it to the half boards. Pass across, broken up by Cumberland. That's off. Whistle is blown. Stittsville from behind the net to the point. Low again, across. Net drive from the slot, point blank. Crew gets across, makes a save. No rebound. Cumberland push the puck to neutral on the draw. Big kerfuffle in the middle. Wojcik comes up with it and gets it to the Stittsville line. Backhands it to McDonald. McDonald has the puck roll off the tip of his stick. And Quiche holds the line, but not for long. Gets it back to Cam. Cam back up to McDonald. McDonald, long dump in. Goalie elects to play it. Stittsville getting the puck to neutral. Cajon under pressure. Cajon stops and turns. Second Stittsville player is right there to get the puck off of him. Cam all tied up. Penalty coming up on the play. As soon as Cumberland touches the puck. Penalty coming up against Cumberland. Two minutes for roughing. Power play, Stittsville. Cosgrove comes up with the puck on the draw, skates it to the red line, stops, tries to put it in deep. But it goes off a shin pad. Stittsville knocked wide as Baptiste retrieves the puck and gets jammed up against the boards. Baptiste whiffs on his shot to get it out, but still gets up with the puck. Gets it down the ice with 1:28 left in the penalty. Stittsville on the break-in. Just onside if. Skate around the zone to the point. D to D. D walking in, high slot, shot on net through traffic. Crew able to find it, make a save, find his rebound, and hold on. Face off, won by Stittsville. They get it to the point, not out. Back to the half boards. Stittsville, possession. Shot on net, backdoor play. Cumberland able to get just enough on it to make the puck go off its mark. Another backdoor play. Sent wide as Quiche takes a hit and gets the puck out of the zone. Stittsville resetting, regrouping, going in, straight through center. Shot blocked by Quiche. Across to the other side. Cajon rolling, getting a hold of the puck, and firing it down the ice. "19 seconds left to the Cam penalty. Cumberland jamming up neutral on the zone entry. Crew getting the poke check to McDonald, and he gets a puck down the ice. Stittsville trying to set up again. They get it deep. behind the net. Brothers gets it over and out. Stittsville messes up that play as McDonald gets it to White. White back to Cam. Cam reversing to Lamotte, who's in a foot race. He jams up his player behind the net. Cam comes up with the puck. Cam to White on the wing. White gets the puck out of the zone. That goes off of a skate, off of its target. And the defense are resetting. Stittsville, its possession, turns and curls. The puck is picked up by Brothers, who gets it out of the zone. Icing waved off. Cosgrove on the puck. Gets it to the corner. Stittsville regain possession. Stop up behind the net. Try a breakout. Cosgrove breaking up that play. Gets a stick on it. Puts a puck deep for Levesque. Levesque jammed up against the boards. Tries to get it to center. Doesn't quite work. Stittsville with speed. Far side net drive. Broken up by Quiche. And Cumberland gets the puck to Levesque. Levesque going in with White. Shot try. Goes off a body. Stittsville on the break-in again. Through the high slot. Deep. Centering pass attempt. Baptiste trying to get it around the zone. No one there to help him out. Stittsville regains possession. Stittsville from the point. Levesque gets a boot on it. Gives it to Baptiste. Baptiste 2-on-1. Over to Cosgrove. Back to Baptiste. Baptiste has the puck rolled just off of his stick. And the backdoor tap in just doesn't work. Cosgrove backhands it into the Rams zone. Stittsville popping the puck forward. And Brothers gets it down the ice. Stittsville passing the puck. That comes off of a stick and nearly picked off by Cumberland. As the puck bounces off that abandoned stick in the middle of the ice. Cam from the blue loses possession. Rams get it from the point. Shot on net. Drew makes a save. Puck's sent to the half boards. McDonald trying to work it loose. 46 seconds left in this game.